Hey guys, Tracy again with the House of Chuckles, and today we're going to clean up the excess concrete when we did the fill and repair on cracks and holes and seams. So this was a 4-part series. This is the last of the videos in that 4-part series, and let's just get started. A couple tools that I use is just a brush, a little pick, and some sandpaper. And so we filled in the crack around his neck, which was broken. His head was broke off. We glued it, and then we cleaned off the glue. Then we filled it in with Portland cement, and now we just want to remove any excess cement that is on the body, on the finished surface. And normally you can just do it all with a dry brush, and this may look a little dusty here, but you just powder it off. Now I filled in a hole back here, and this removes most of it. Now there was what we call that would just kind of where it dips in, so you can see just ever so slightly some concrete got into that seam right there, which I don't want, and that's where I'm going to take the pick and just clean that out. I'm just going to scrape that out. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to work, and you can use a little sandpaper if you want, just to remove any of the excess off. And just brush it. Takes away most of it. Now I did this, I filled this in, it was probably about an hour ago. The grit of sandpaper I'm using is 100 grit, but you can use finer if you want. I don't think I would use anything heavier than that. And then, as you remember, I used this as a pretend seam. You know, right there, you can see how bad it was, and then we smoothed all this out. And again, we can come in here and just take off any extra that we don't want on there. And I'm just lightly sanding it. I don't want to dig out what I put in, so I just want to just kind of smooth it out a little bit. And you can see it's still a little damp. You can see the darker, but once you're done, you know, I would let the piece sit for at least 24 hours before you paint it, if you're going to paint it. And if you have to go back over any parts of it, you know, you can do it again. You know, I mean, there's still some holes, but you know, that's the property of concrete. Adds to the, you know, the character of the piece. But that is pretty much it on him. I'm okay with it. You know, that's really smooth. You can see that seam. You know, you can go back and look at the other video, but like I said, it looked like this when we started, and I just quickly filled it in with the Portland cement and just kind of cleaned it up. So if that was a seam running up the back, or you know, if you had any seams or cracks, you know, the neck, if you go back and you look at the video, you can see there was I don't know, maybe a 1/8 inch crack back there, and that's all filled in, and you know, you'd be ready to go. And like I say, with a pick you can scrape away any excess that you don't want. You just kind of want to do it, while it's drying. You don't want to wait, a couple days, because once you wait a couple days, it's going to stick on there pretty heavy. So the bunny, we had a pretty big hole. You can kind of still see it's still a little damp right there. But like I say, most of the time you can just dust off any excess that we would have had around it. But you can use a little bit of sandpaper as well. Just got to be a little careful. It's kind of pulling, the sandpaper was kind of pulling it out of the hole, so just do it ever so lightly. But it's kind of forgiving, I mean, if you don't like, the way it is, do it again. Dig it out and start over. And there it is. I'm gonna continue working this. I had a part in the ear, and but that's basically it. If you have any questions at all, please go ahead and drop me a line, and I'm more than happy to help you. In any way I can. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I hope it helps you out with, if you have a piece that's broken, or you just want to fill in some holes or cover up some seams. Even like I had mentioned, you can use this method to rebuild something. If you had a broken off ear, that would be pretty hard to break this ear, but if you had a broken off ear, you can sculpt it, with the Portland cement. You can actually make that ear back again. Say it got crushed or something, dropped it, and you still want to keep the piece. So yeah, anyhow, there it is. Hope you guys have a great day. See you soon.